Ready? You ready?
I'm all ready.
You sure?
Ready now?
All right, good.
Ready now. Action!
Well, hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Entertain This, a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games. My name is Hayden, and with me I have Frank.
Ta-da!
Hi,
wait.
Frank.
Oh, hey, yeah, Mitch. Yeah.
Okay, Mitch. And Susan.
Hi.
Very burly-looking Susan.
Very
Stroking his beard. Wait, you're not Susan. What's your name?
Tom.
Oh, okay. And together we make a podcast about movies, TV shows, and video games. This week we're going to do Halo trivia, where I will probably lose. But we'll see later on in the episode. In the meantime, while I'm quickly, hastily researching Halo trivia, Mitch, why don't you talk about our social media?
Well, we have our entertainthispodcast.com, which will take you to our Facebook, our YouTube, our Patreon, and our Twitter, which Facebook is Entertain This Podcast. We have our Entertain This page. On Twitter, we're at this.entertain. On Patreon, we're patreon.com, entertain_this. We also have our YouTube page, which is Entertain This, ! We have our TikTok, Entertain This, and we have a Twitch.
No.
Meow.
Meow.
Well, who got punished last go around?
Susan did.
What did you have to watch, Susan?
I had to watch Velocipaster. Man of the Claw.
Man of the Claw.
That's what it says on the poster for like the title. It's free to watch on Amazon. That's all I'll tell you.
So
This was.
There might be a reason it's free.
Yeah, this was the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
we keep outdoing each other.
Like, Neil Breen's films look like they're almost Oscar worthy compared to this dumpster fire that was a movie. And I was reading like like how this movie became a movie and like how like the idea started. The guy who directed it was in college over in Manhattan, and he was his phone autocorrected Velociraptor that he spelt wrong to Veloci space Pastor, and he went Velocipaster.
A movie.
And that's where the idea came from. They filmed it with $30,000.
Thanks, Google.
Thank you.
With an accident.
And I knew it was bad in the first 2 minutes, where you got priest guy, and he walks outside after giving his sermon. He's waving at his mom and dad who are across the street at their station wagon. They're like, some dopey couple go like just not talking. They're just laughing the whole time. Everybody's happy. Everybody's laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's waving. He's like, Mom, Dad, this dopey look on his face. And then it cuts to them, then cuts back to him, and there's like an explosion off camera. And he's like, oh. And you go back to them, and it's the same street they were on, but there's no parents, no car, and there's just text in the middle of the screen. It says VFX, ... car explosion.
Wow.
And that's what it cut back to like 3 times.
So that was the editor's notes to put in post-production, like,
Which I'm pretty
car
sure
debris.
they couldn't afford or
Yeah.
figure out how to do.
so they let you, after reading that text, your imagination fill in the blanks.
So
I hope that's not like the new low for terrible movies. Just we'll throw in some text in there and let them figure it out.
let them know what we did.
This is what it was supposed to be, but, we don't want to put the effort.
So let me. This movie was so bad. So he's all distraught, and Velocipaster goes on this quest. The other priest, I guess, who runs where they are, the man in charge. He has a mustache. I'm assuming he's in charge. Tells him you should go on a journey and find your faith again. And he goes to China. And here's you ready? This is
So he's going to find his faith?
Yeah, this is China, Mitch. It's the woods behind someone's house. He's stumbling through, and he crosses this very tiny hill, maybe 4 feet tall, a little ridge in the road. He crawls over a root, and he just looks up and goes, China. No, you're there. There's nothing there. It's like, it doesn't even look like China. Also, I'm pretty sure like you can't just hop into China like that anymore, especially since like what 2/3 of it's desert and mountains.
Well, VFX China.
VFX China, lazy China, and of course he goes China, and then like big yellow letters come up on the screen and say China. Like I didn't know that's where he was based on him going, "I'm in China."
Just wanted to reassure.
Oh yeah, and then it cuts to this woman who's dressed in her karate outfit, running through the woods, being chased by a black ninja.
Mm-hmm.
And he shoots with a bow and arrow. He pulls it back 3 inches,
Yeah.
the string, and it like right through her chest.
That's because they'd already done tests, and any further, the string probably snapped.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was made with like twine or whatever you used to like tie up a turkey for Thanksgiving.
It's one of those kids, Indian and cowboys.
No, it was a little bit better looking than that.
Oh, okay.
They took the suction cup off too at the end, so you couldn't really tell. So she takes it, and she's got the Velocitooth thing, the power coin, as I'm going to call it. So she has the power coin. She falls and eats it right in front of him, and he turns around. He's like, "Oh my God, are you hurt?" And it's like she's covered in blood, and an arrow is sticking out of her. Yes, you idiot, she is, and she's talking to him in Chinese, and he's like, "You want me to?" And he's like, "I don't know what you're saying." It's like, no. You fully answered her question or her statement that she said in Mandarin, and you said now she said something else, and you're like, yeah, I don't know that. I don't know this language. So the thing like cuts his hand, and then magically we're back in whatever stupid city he's in, and he's Velocipaster.
We just ignored the murder, that's all.
Yeah. So then there's the hooker, who becomes his like friend, and she works for Frankie Mermaid.
That's his name?
Yeah, because he's swimming in.
Oh. I thought you were about to say Frankie
No,
Muniz.
they say this in the movie.
I know, but I thought you were about to say Frankie Muniz, and I was like, man, Frankie Muniz is an all-time low.
No, Frankie Muniz wouldn't even sign up for this.
know.
I don't even know if he got asked or if he remembers being asked because he was like short-term memory. So he's this over-the-top, outrageous, like 1975-looking pimp character in modern-day times, like with the fedora, and he takes it off, and he's got like the crappy comb-over, but he's got really long hair, and he's constantly smoking. Like even as things are happening, he's like Italian Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's the same guy. It's just so she goes off to pimp or trick, as they say, in the park, which is just the woods. And some swarthy guy accosts her, and he gets taken out by Velocipaster. And
Does he get VFX eaten?
no,
Okay.
they show him laying down. He's screaming and shooting the gun, but he has to shoot, cock it back, shoot, cock it back, shoot, which means I'm like, this is just an airsoft gun
Yeah.
that you took the orange cap off of. So there's like a little bit of blood spatter, and like this T-Rex head is going, yeah, in and out of camera, and there's just blood everywhere. And then he gets up, and it's like almost like he's fine, and then it comes flying at him that you can't really see it. And then his head goes flying past the hooker, and it's just a mannequin doll's head. It didn't have a hat like this guy did. It didn't have hair like this guy did. That was lost apparently to the Velociraptor. The beard, gone. It was literally just like a head that you would put like a wig on, or you would see at like some sort of store. And no, it was just the whole damn stupid head, and they just launched it off camera, like right past her. And it's just, she's like, oh my God, his head. And it's like, really?
Yeah.
So this was essentially just filmed in someone's backyard.
Yeah.
They just keep referring to the woods as different places.
So him and the hooker become friends and then lovers, obviously, because that's how you think it would go. Where she's like, you need to, rid the world of evil with your superpowers of turning into a velociraptor and being a pastor.
That's how pastors go. They take advice from hookers, right?
Well, yeah, obviously. And
Well, I
On
mean,
their superpowers.
he's like, you're a hooker. She's like, yeah, and I'm also pre-med and pre-law. And she's like, nobody ever believes that. And I'm like, no, because why would you be both? Nobody does
and
that.
still be a hooker.
there's a thing called college loans.
Yeah, she's tricking her way through college because it's expensive. It's just like, just get financial aid.
Yeah. That's how bad our American education system is.
Young women turn to hookering to make ends meet. Hooring about. So then there's ninjas, because why not? And their camp is in someone's backyard.
That's good.
Like the grass was cut immaculately.
Wow.
So whoever mowed that lawn before they did that shot, good job. You did well.
That's
The
why
highlight of the movie.
The highlight of the film.
you're like my wife. Whenever we watch a bad movie, she's just like, man, those curtains are amazing, or something like that. She's just like, we'll watch something, it'll just be something off the wall, just some stupid little nuance of set design that she'll comment on. I'm like, I didn't even put that together, but okay.
So they're selling drugs because they're going to – here's their plan. They're going to get everybody addicted to, like, super cocaine.
Is that what it's called?
No, that's just what I'm equating it to.
It'd be better if it was called super cocaine.
That would be amazing. It's like the best cocaine ever cocained.
Yeah.
It's like there's no – like Scarface didn't have anything this good. His stuff –
blue.
his stuff nonsense. It's like we're going to get everybody high. Then we're going to cut off the supply. And then we'll all bring them like to church and
Then we're
like
gonna
convert
blow
them
up-
to God.
We're going to blow up all the credit card servers and cause anarchy. Fight Club.
Yeah.
We're going to start a Fight Club. EFX Fight
But we
Club.
talked about it.
I mean, this is Velocipaster, so you can make your own.
So he has to travel to wherever these guys are to fight them. And that's where his long lost brother is, Sam the White Ninja.
Oh.
And not because he's white. He's wearing all black, but he has a white face mask. And he's the White Ninja.
Oh, okay.
Is
So $30,000 well spent.
there's a Vietnam flashback. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
That was just dudes playing airsoft in the same woods as China.
Did somebody get platooned?
No, nobody got platooned.
Nobody William Defoe'd?
No, but they did
Willem.
do special effects. The older priest, this is his flashback. For reasons unknown, we're doing this.
Okay.
Like right in the middle of like a heavy scene, they're just like, he's like, my time in war. And it's like, Vietnam flashback. And I'm like, oh, we're doing this? Okay, here we go.
Did they play Fortunate Son at all?
No. I don't think they couldn't afford
You
it.
have to do.
That'd be $20,000 in their time.
That's true.
Yeah, that would have been like 50. It's like we would have been.
I'm
we
pretty
can't
sure you
afford
could
that.
just do it, and then nobody worth
Yeah.
a grain of salt's gonna watch this movie and like raise it.
I don't know.
No.
Every time we post anything on YouTube with music, people are like, no!
That's YouTube
Copyright!
though.
None of them have like American guns. Like he has like cheap camouflage. He looks like it looks like some crap you buy for like a 2-year-old. Like go play Army Man outside. Wear this. He has an AK-47 with no magazine, and I'm like, all right. So you can't shoot a single soul because
But
you
you can shoot one. You just have to
Be very
have to
accurate.
rechamber a round
Yeah, and then-
every single time.
put one in every. Yeah.
Yeah,
That works.
yeah. And then his gay boy buddy.
Why does he have guns to begin with if he can just turn into a raptor?
No, this is the older priest.
Oh.
This is his mentor's Vietnam flashback.
Oh. So why do we care about this guy?
I don't know.
All right.
He's like his mentor guy, and he's like trying to have him exorcised. And like apparently during the exorcism, we have to have a Vietnam flashback where they're just in the woods.
These people.
Or
do they-
China.
Do they just find homeless people to agree to?
Yeah, there's a homeless dude in there.
To
He has a little bit
be
part.
in their movie.
I guess,
Wow.
but like
Fine,
his
man.
buddy
This
dies.
could be your chance to break out, sir.
Yeah, and he's all about like, oh, I'm gonna go home, marry this girl, the whole BS. And then they're at like their Vietnam base, and there's 3 of them. The most they did was they like VFX'd in helicopter sounds like going over,
I could do that.
and like a jet going. Whoosh. That was about it. And he's writing her that, or he's writing his best friend's family like, oh, hey, your son died.
By the way,
He literally wrote, I regret to inform you, ... And like that's as far as it went.
Oh.
Like he literally went ... And
That's-
like
that's all you
the
get.
woman shows up, and I'm like, isn't that the guy supposed to be the guy's like girlfriend? I'm like, why is she here? How'd she get to Vietnam? And she's just running through the woods. And she's like,
This
When
is
I
still
t-
the flashback?
yeah,
Okay.
within less than a foot from this dude's face.
Uh-huh.
She's walking, running to him. He's all standing like, oh, your name, whatever the hell it was. And then, pow, she's gone. Like, next frame, gone. The next frame is like a portal of hell opened in front of the man, and blood and an arm got launched into this dude.
Wow.
Like, he went from standing there in green camouflage to, like, red man suit.
So some dude died, then his wife showed up, and she died as well.
Yeah.
All right.
And they're like, damn, VC trip mines, they're everywhere.
That happened frequently in Vietnam.
Yeah, your loved ones would show up to Vietnam to come visit you at the base. And
That's like
And then explode.
That's equal opportunity draft. Once the husband goes, the wife's got to go. So,
And he's just standing there, and he's like, yeah, so then I became a priest. And then they do, like, this seance with, like, this dude who looks like he leads, like, a goth metal band.
okay. All right. What do you rate this movie?
-4.
On a
This
scale?
gets a 0.
You can't get a 0.
I'm giving it a 0.
1 being the worst thing you've ever seen.
0.5.
1 being the worst thing you've ever seen. This is worse than Soviet Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah. Soviet Lord of the Rings had a comprehensible plot.
Okay, so this is a 1. This is a new low for
This
Tom.
is the bottom of the barrel. numerics don't allow me to dictate this going lower. And apparently this has like reviews. Everybody's like, this is going to be a cult classic. And I'm like, to who?
Well, you said there's a sequel coming out.
Oh, yeah, they finished the script.
Oh,
They just don't know when they're going to film it. But yeah,
I mean-
Velocipaster 2, Man of the Claw, Unleashed.
you know what I have to say about that? Finally.
So, well done. This was easily the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
These people should go to prison for making this movie.
Yeah, you know what? I want them to team up with Neil Breen so Neil Breen can show them how to make a movie.
Neil Breen will never let anybody
Sure.
work with them because they're all beneath him. Neil Breen is the greatest
He's
filmmaker of all time.
he is.
Because
If
you've
he
never
can
heard of him.
find time in his busy schedule to help these young people figure out how to make a film.
He'll conference call him on all his 15 cell
Cell
phones.
phones from 1998 with his laptop from 1996.
I'm talking to you via conference call.
And he
I'm
just holds it
talking
up
to you
6
via conference call.
I can't believe you killed yourself, Jim. I can't believe it.
Just rubbing ketchup all over his face. All right. Well, punishment done. Good job, Tom. Thanks for taking one for the team there. Hopefully you don't get punished again today, but
I feel like I went to Vietnam watching that movie.
yeah, you're going to have flashbacks.
Thanks.
Who wants to go first, Mitch?
All right, I got movies.
All right.
Since we did recently some Dragon Ball Z trivia, and we said we would do a little more anime, I watched Dragon Ball Super Broly, which is the movie that takes place after the Dragon Ball Super TV series.
What is Brawly Japanese for?
I have no
Broccoli.
idea. I would assume, but yeah.
You fail that trivia question.
Oh well. It's not my job to answer
What's
questions. today.
Vegeta Japanese for?
Vegetable.
There you go. You got
All right,
one.
anyways, the movie was pretty good. I like it. It gives a new story to Broly. It's supposed to be canon, so he has like a new origin story and everything. It's not the Goku was crying, so he got angry and they
Decided
decided
he had
the
to
old
kill him.
dumb one.
Yeah,
I wonder. Well, I mean, those movies were never really canon, right?
those weren't
Yeah. So this one is the first Dragon
The,
Ball,
Including the Bardock one?
the Beerus one.
Beerus and the Resurrection F were considered canon because for the TV show they pretty much are the same thing.
What is Resurrection?
It's when Frieza showed up, the same as the TV series. It's pretty much the same thing, except for a few little scenes here and there.
Well, so like for the Beerus movie, and this is the thing that I don't want to divert too much attention, but like the Japanese movies are very complicated when it comes to like, it's almost like they write a demonstration and they make a movie out of it, and they're like, okay, this sold enough, let's make a TV show out of it. And that's what Beerus was, that Beerus movie.
Yeah,
Okay, and then because there's some things that happen in the movie that happen the exact same way in the show.
right.
So what's the point of the movie?
Well, I think the movie was made first.
Right. So, but the Brawly movie is not going to be a TV show. It's just a standalone movie.
Right. It's basically it's what happened after the Tournament of Power, which is
Okay.
the end of Dragon Ball Super.
Okay. All right.
But in this, Brawly, he's considered like stronger than Vegeta as like a little baby, and so King Vegeta sends Brawly away, and his dad chases after him. He gets marooned on this planet where he basically grows up, and Frieza finds them, or his Frieza Force finds him and brings him to Frieza. And Frieza's like, a Saiyan. Well, let's just see if he's stronger than Kakarot.
Well, he calls him Goku.
yeah, Goku, whatever. Anyways,
Yeah.
it's a-
Only Vegeta calls him Kakarot.
actually,
Krabby
Goku
Patty.
Goku refers to himself as Kakarot in this one a couple of times.
To Brawly because Brawly's a Saiyan. I don't know if it's like an honor amongst Saiyan things.
But they go here. It's kind of the same plot where Brawly kind of loses his mind and gets stronger as he goes, starts fighting and stuff. Vegeta and Goku are both can't take him one-on-one. He just keeps getting stronger as they fight. But what really got to me was like the animation was really good. I thought I like the Super animation. I feel like it's better. Well, granted, it's older than the original Dragon Ball Z, but this one there's a lot more detail. There's a lot the graphics and stuff, the way they do the fire and the particle effects for like their powering up and stuff. It's really, for lack of a better word, pretty. It looks really nice.
They do a lot of computer stuff.
Actually, I found out that they edited with the computer, but everything was originally hand drawn.
I'm sure that they frame worked all the hand drawing. But so what I want to know is their animation was so smooth. I wonder if it was rotoscoped.
Well, it said that most of the film was drawn by hand and then improved with CGI.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that was like their big thing.
I must have taken a lot of artists.
I found another the hype was so big for this movie that it sold out 5 months ahead of time in Japan.
Wow.
And it's actually the first anime that's released worldwide on IMAX.
Wow.
So
That'd have been a good movie
Wow.
to see. Because I think it was, like, the frame rate was higher than typical anime. And, yeah,
there was a lot more detail to everything, I felt like, too.
there was.
Like even the background.
Compared to Super, because Super kind of had some lazy design where there would be some wide cuts and they would be these little anime figures, little like stick figures. You know, they just have blank faces and stuff like that because they didn't want to put in that much detail for something so far away. Brawly was a lot of detail, a lot of detail, and like
It's a
typical
movie.
yeah, typical anime where people are talking, they'll have like 3 motions for like 2 minutes of dialogue. They might like change a pose one direction and then talk for 30 seconds and then like lift a hand behind their head and then talk for 30 seconds. Brawly was like they wouldn't stop moving. They're almost over the top hand gestures and stuff like that. So
It's also like I said, for canon, it's Brawly's first time being in a canon appearance.
yeah.
I found out that the origin here in this movie is a lot more close to the manga of Goku in like it's meeting his mom and Bardock and all that.
Right.
That's a lot more closer to that actual origin story.
Right.
And they said that they allowed the animators to actually experiment with a bunch of like effects and things like that just to see what they liked.
Huh.
So that basically they just told them like, here's what's going on. Show me what you got. And if they liked it, they kept it. If not, it's pretty neat the way they did things.
The big deal for me was I saw that Akira Toriyama wrote the script. The guy who made Dragon Ball to begin with. Usually Toei, is that the
Toei Animation.
Yeah, they'll just get rights to something and they'll just have other people do it and it'll be like GT and it'll be terrible. But if Toriyama's over it, it's pretty good. So
It's like the original Broly movie wasn't horrible.
No, I mean it was good. I just
The best one I think they did was Bardock, father of Goku.
yeah.
Up and probably until about this.
I forgot about that one.
But this one kind of, I mean, for the most part, it kind of changes all that as well. Is where the way everything went down between Frieza and the rest of the Saiyans and everything.
Yeah.
But I really liked it. If you haven't seen, or if you like any kind of like Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, it's worth watching. I would recommend watching at least the Super series first, or at least some of it, so you kind of get an idea of what's going on. But
It also kind of solidifies Frieza as like the forever bad guy of the Dragon Ball franchise, which I'm okay with. I think Frieza's a good bad guy to have, like constantly coming back to them.
To spoil a small part, there's one really good part where Vegeta and Goku need to take a reprieve from the fight, so they leave Brawly like right into Frieza, and since he's going crazy, basically Frieza gets his butt kicked for an hour while they're learning how to do something else. So it's pretty good.
Frieza's lucky the three of them didn't just team up and take him out.
Frieza's just getting beat into a mountain for like an hour by Brawly, so it's pretty funny. But it gets a 7.9 on IMDb. I'd give it an 8.5 when it comes to like animated movies and stuff. I really enjoyed it. Like I said,
It's not a substantial plot. It gives you a little bit of a touch of what happens to everybody in the show after the Tournament of Power. You kind of see a little bit of where all the characters are.
I felt like it gave a better origin story to Broly, to where like you actually cared about his character.
Yes, yeah. Although his father was kind of all over the place, like defying the Saiyan Empire to go save his son, and then he basically like abuses his son to turn him into this terrible fighter. I don't know.
Well, he used the electric collar to like rein his son back in when he went crazy. So that was his idea, which they used that in the first original movie too.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, I'll move on to my news. There's a new Star Trek movie coming. It's in the works by Matt Shakman, he also directed WandaVision, Game of Thrones, and The Great.
Electrifying.
Those are like his main.
And so he's never done features. I don't know what The Great is, but
The Great's a TV show. Also, I don't remember any features that I saw. These were like the biggest things.
Is this the Chris Pine movie?
They haven't set a cast. I'm assuming they're going to use similar people from those movies.
So
because J.J. Abrams is connected to it as well.
So it's from the Kelvin franchise is what it's called.
I mean, they haven't confirmed it, but I would assume if J.J. Abrams is part of it, yeah.
Okay.
I like that casting.
It's fun.
I think they all do together. They all do a great job.
My biggest issue with the Kelvin plot line, like the novelty of the reboot from the original Star Trek movie, like 2009 one, that kind of wanes a little bit as the movies progress because you feel like they keep setting up for future adventures. And you're like, all this is just a retelling in a goofy way of Kirk's era, you know? So why do I care?
We also have news that Antonio Banderas has joined the Indiana Jones cast for the next movie.
Wow.
I guess, was it Indiana Jones 5?
Yeah.
So he's joined that. So I'm assuming it'll probably have something either in Spain or South America that Antonio Banderas will be like some kind of cartel or, some kind of, main bad guy.
Yeah.
I would assume he'd be the bad guy.
Maybe he wants to be a good guy, Mitch.
Maybe he does.
Don't assume he's bad.
Turn to leave.
You want to take bets on it? Harrison Ford is the only good guy.
No, I want Harrison Ford this time. He's a bad guy.
Yeah. It
No.
doesn't belong in a museum. It belongs in my pocket.
A movie that was supposed to come out in May of 2020 is finally coming out at the end of this month on the 30th, which is The Green Knight, which I've kind of been waiting for. It was like one of the first movies that I had promoted on the podcast that I was really excited to see.
It was one of the Corona victims.
Yeah.
So
Supposedly, they said, it wasn't ready. Well, yeah, of course. Corona shows up and they're, our film's not ready. We're just going to push it back because of that, not because of the other.
Yeah.
That was their excuse, but.
We were going to release garbage.
And then for the kids, they're having a Paw Patrol movie.
yeah.
Is this going to get boycotted?
My son hasn't figured this out yet.
My little girl loves the Paw Patrol. We have stuffed animals. We have toys. We have all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
But I saw a trailer for it. It's got a lot better animation. It's
They also
for the
have
movie.
like goofy, kind of Pixar humor to try and cater
Yeah.
to a wider audience, and you're just like, no, just stick with the kid thing. I don't give a crap about this movie. All right? I will let my kids watch it, so they'll be happy. But don't try and cater to me. I'm not going to be like, man, Paw Patrol's awesome now.
Yeah, what am I going to do? Talk about this with my friends at the bar, like at a golf course like that? Hey, did you guys see that Paw Patrol movie?
she my little girl likes this enough to where we're kind of debating on whether this will be like the first theater movie that we take her to see like during the day when there's not a lot of people.
How old is she?
She'll be 4 about the time this comes out. So
I took my son when he was 3 for his first movie. It was almost a nightmare. So 4's probably a good year to start.
yeah, I mean she'll turn 4 in September. So I figured with the smaller audiences at movie theaters currently,
No.
we could see how it goes. We're trying to see how long we can get her to sit at a movie at the house. So.
Good luck.
But that's all the news I had for now.
Sweet. TV.
Tom,
Yes.
I watched a show,
Yes.
a whole season's worth.
Oh.
The show is called Broadchurch.
Ah.
Yeah, it's obviously a British television
Did it
show.
have a
Who would have guessed?
Did it have a
British-
Velocipaster in it?
No, Velocipaster's not it. This actually stars David Tennant,
Oh.
who was actually, there's 2 doctors in this show. David Tennant and
As
Jodie Whittaker.
As in Doctor Who.
The
no.
doctor.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Not
For
MD.
you Whovians out there.
Oh, okay.
Not like Mitch thinking like, people with MDs.
I was like a
around.
doctor. What are you talking about?
So it's there's a lot of like BBC crime shows that made their way onto like Amazon, Netflix.
For a place that doesn't have nearly as much crime as America, they're
It's out of
obsessed with
control in England. People are getting taken out left and right every day. So this is one of the better ones. This is like a over 90-something% rating on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb,
Okay.
where a young boy gets killed, and they call the detective sergeant, this female lady who's like she's the mom of like this kid's best friend. So she's all like, oh my god. And then like they bring in David Tennant's character, who's like a on the ragged edge kind of
Yeah.
detective inspector.
I'm on my way out.
But he's like also like clinically sick or something. He's got something going on. He looks like crap the whole time.
Huh.
But he comes up and they're just like, yeah, this kid was strangled and thrown off a cliff. And then foul play ensues. And then
They wanted to make sure
the
he was
string
dead.
starts being. I don't really want to. It's really, really well written.
If he was strangled, I'd say foul play was already a given.
Well, yeah, but like they find him like at the base of like a cliff on a beach, and they're just like, oh, maybe he jumped. It's like, oh, the tide might have washed him, and he's all wet. And then somebody just goes, but who strangled him during all that? It's like, yeah, the body was planted here. So they go through their whole investigation, the little nonsense going on in the town because it doesn't look as nice as it is on the outside. There's
It's
bad stuff afoot.
Shady place.
It's like Hot Fuzz.
I will say, like when they were, because I think it's 9-10 episodes, the first season. You don't know who the killer is until the very last second. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like when they tell you who it is, you're like, huh?
What?
What?
Yeah.
You sound like the guy's mom from Christmas Story. Why? Why? Mom! Mom!
I'm sorry,
And I was reading, like, when they did the reveal, like, they pulled, like, the cast who would be in the scene aside and told them what would happen and, like, you know, and handed them the scripts for it. And they were all like, you did it? And he's like, no. Yeah, I did it. Like, the guy's character was, like, almost in shock. Like, what do you mean it was me?
So you're saying it's a guy. You've already narrowed down our options. Good job, Tom. Way to spoil things.
Yeah, gosh, what spoiled things?
Did I, though? Was this all clever ploys?
You're not that smart. Go ahead, continue.
I'll tell you who it was. It was the dog. The dog got him. He was walking the dog. The leash got stuck around his neck, and the dog ran. And then he was strangled by the poor puppy, and the puppy dragged him to the beach.
Was the dog a boy or a girl? You don't want to reveal any more information.
I'll tell you, it was a Saint Bernard. But fantastic show. It's been out. This show's a couple years old. They did other seasons, but I haven't watched those yet. But if you're interested in a good crime drama set someplace you can't even make up,
Yep.
somewhere in England,
Don't tell my wife. She'll want to watch it. So, all
watch it. Hayden's wife.
No.
Make Hayden watch it.
right. News.
News. So apparently, there's two animated Game of Thrones shows in the works by HBO.
Wow.
Animated.
They're animated now.
Yeah.
Why?
They haven't said what one of them is. So the only one they know about is set in the China-inspired land of Yitai, or Yiti. Y-I-T-I, so I don't know.
Yiddy.
Yiti. Yiti. It's apparently in development. Apparently this place is like far like the east of like Essos, where the
Sure, why not?
the Dothraki were. This is like way over there though, like more east. Like keep going and then go some more. And that they're like the Golden Empire of Yitai or whatever is what they're
So
called.
there's Westeros. And there's Essos. What's even more east than
West to
Essos?
Esros.
Easteros.
Easteros.
I always laughed at how stupid George R. R. Martin names his continents. There's Southos, Northos.
Yeah. And apparently there was another project that got canceled. There's going to be called Flea Bottom. Which
So every time we get news about Game of Thrones,
I don't care
Well, it just makes me less interested
in Game of Thrones.
Right.
It seems like they're degrading as it goes down.
Because they're like, hey, you guys, guess what? We're doing the Game of Thrones show. And you're like, well, I mean, hopefully it's better than the last one. And you're like, don't worry, it's a prequel. And I'm like, why would I care? I don't want to see anything that happened before what I already watched.
Yeah, we already know the end. The end.
Yeah, we know
point.
we know what happened already. They're like, well, now it's animated. No, I don't want to
No,
watch
no,
it.
I still don't care. Like Game of Thrones could be like, oh, we're making a show about this now, and I'd be like, yeah, I don't care. I mean, Game of Thrones is one of the only shows I've ever seen where they did such a piss poor job of a last season and finale that it literally cut their entire fan base off at the at the head, and they were just like the whole fan, like everybody I ever talked to who watched it, no one has liked it, and everybody's like, I'm not watching that crap again.
Well, see, like I could be okay with it until like the last episode or two, and then they just kind of went, we don't care about these characters, just send them off.
Yeah. That's essentially what happened. I think George R. R. Martin probably appreciated it because it took a lot of pressure off of him now that everybody hates Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
He's probably like, oh, man, now I don't have to finish these books.
That he's had, 2 freaking decades to do?
Yes.
Lazy, fat, bespectacled.
Okay. Anyways, what's the more news?
Video games.
Video games? All right, I played a game called A Plague Tale.
A Plague Tale.
Yes.
Is that about the long-nosed doctor-looking guy?
No.
That's a plague doctor.
Oh, okay.
This is about, you play as a girl named Amicia, and she's Amicia Derune. She's from France.
Oh.
Yeah, I do a lot of that. That's basically just background character dialogue.
du fromage.
They talk about their long baguettes and stuff like that. But now, so you're a lord's daughter, and you're. Long story short, you can't have a character who's a female that is the main character without her father dying. It's like fridging, but for guys. You know what fridging is, right?
No.
Where there's it's like a James Bond character, a main male character, and then if there's a love interest, she only serves one purpose, which is to die, to highlight the main character. Mm-hmm. Well, it's essentially the same thing for female characters. Like in Disney, if there is a guy in the picture that's like a father figure,
Done.
he's dead. So that's what happens, which is fine. I don't know, whatever. And then she runs because the Inquisition, the French Inquisition.
No one expects it.
That's the French Inquisition. Everybody expects them. They show up and they start slaughtering all of the Daruns. And so she escapes with her little brother, who's been basically like held in his room his entire life because he's got this disease. And so the mother has been working on the cure. The mother gets killed. You run off. This all happens in like the first 20 minutes of the game. So you run off with the boy, and the boy's like never been outside the Lord grounds. I don't know. It's not a castle. It's just a fancy looking
Estate.
house. A chateau.
A manor.
So you run into town. Meanwhile, rats just boil out of the ground, and it's like a sea of rats that want to eat everything, and they do. They're like land piranhas. They just strip things to the bone and then run off. So you have to try. They're scared of fire and light, a bright light. It can't be like moonlight. So you have to like devise ways and solve puzzles with light to kind of herd like a giant ocean orgy of rats from eating you and your little brother as you get from point A to point B. And there's some really cool things you can do, like, and if the Inquisition is hunting you, they'll come through the ocean of rats with a lantern. Mm-hmm. So you can throw a rock and kill the lantern, and then, like, the rats will eat them. And while they're busy eating the guy, you can run off with your brother and get around him and stuff like that. So it's pretty dark, like the things that you can do to get from point A to point B in the game. But it's pretty fun, and the puzzles are. It's a really interesting, weird way that they've developed the puzzles for this game. It's definitely one of the more original ways. I've never had to do crowd control for puzzle solving like that, and it's fascinating. So this was developed by Asobo, is the name of the company. They did Fuel, and they also did a port to Ratatouille, which I thought was funny because this is like the opposite of Ratatouille. And it came out in 2019 on Xbox and PlayStation. However, they re-released it this year. They re-released it this year for Series X and PlayStation 5, and they've upscaled all the graphics.
Okay.
Ray tracing, all that stuff. And they put it on the Switch, but with the upscaled graphics. Do you know how they did this?
No.
Magic.
So it can play as good on the Switch as it can on the Xbox and the PlayStation because of Switch Cloud.
Which is what?
It's the where they stream a game from a more dedicated hardware server straight to your console. Mm-hmm. So
is that what you played it on?
No.
Oh.
I haven't tried it. I heard that it's not bad. I heard that the latency's not terrible.
That's what I was wondering, if it would lag or anything like that.
I don't know. A whole game with all that high definition information being streamed into your console, no idea. But I think that's going to be the future for the Switch. And that's probably why they didn't have a bigger piece of hardware come out, because they're pushing a lot of these Switch Cloud games. So we'll see what happens with that if it does well. But I got it on Game Pass because it was free.
Okay.
And it's a fun game. It's 17 chapters. I'm on chapter 10 right now. There's like every time you feel like you kind of get the gist of the game, they change things on you. So it's constantly growing, constantly doing something different. Like I said, it's a very weird new idea for a puzzle platforming kind of game. It's a stealth game where if you get caught, you die. Pretty much. It's like old school Splinter Cell. Like there's no, you have like maybe one or two chances every once in a while, but for the most part, if a rat bites you, they all bite you. You're just swarmed at that point.
You're Ratatouille. Right.
And if a guard catches you, if he gets within distance, like the game just ends because he's already slashing you with a sword and the game's over. So it's basically stealth. And if you can kill somebody, you do it from stealth. You don't ever let them see you. So, but yeah, this game came out in 2019 and it didn't have any marketing as much as it should have, like a AAA game when it came out. So it was considered to be one of the more successful recent games to be spread from word of mouth. So since it did so well with word of mouth, the sequel coming out next year called A Plague Tale Requiem, the first one was called A Plague Tale Innocence. This one's going to be called A Plague Tale Requiem. Next year, it's going to have a proper release, AAA release, and I'll be interested to see how that does. So, especially since it's been 3 years since the first one came out. So, we'll see how well it does. But there and abouts is my news and reviews because I talked about Switch Cloud, which is a thing, and the sequel coming out,
which is a thing,
and my review. The first game came out, got usually about 7.5 to a 9 on all the reviews. I give it an 8.
Okay.
I think an 8's a solid score for it because there could be some times where it gets a little repetitive, but I think that it's not worth $60 if it ever was worth $60. I think it's more like a $40 game because it is kind of short.
But you said it is on the Game Pass?
Yep, I'm playing it for free. Well, for whatever I pay for Game Pass. So there you go. All right.
Interesting.
Well, we are at 40 minutes. Should we just jump right into trivia?
Well, I would like to say that before we jump into the trivia,
Okay.
on August 14th, you will have the opportunity, the glorious time, to try and meet us live.
Yeah, you can smell Mitch.
Yeah. And all that musky, lovely, whatever.
Put your armpits down.
We'll do our best to get him to wear deodorant that day.
But on August 14th, we're going to be at the Free Comic Book Day in Lawrenceville, Georgia. If you live around the area, we'd love to have you come out, do a little trivia, maybe win some prizes.
Talking to you, guy from France.
Yeah, you from France. Spend that money. Come see us. But we'll have some stuff there. They're going to have a bunch of people there doing different things, some other booths.
Free comics.
Yeah. I think at like 5 p.m. that day, they're going to have like Avengers Endgame shown on a big screen on the lawn. You just bring your chair and sit out and watch with a bunch of people.
We'll have some giveaway stuff if you can do things.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, we'll have some trivia for some prizes. We'll have I think a raffle for some prizes. So
Yeah, or just pay us money and we'll give you whatever you want. So.
You want Mitch's shirt? Sure.
no problem. But if you're around town or if you're close by, we'd love to have come out and see us. And
why don't you, Mitch will post something on our social media.
yes, I will.
So
I've already posted once on our Facebook page that kind of shows
right.
the event stuff and everything. But
And one person liked it.
And then
yeah, we'll send some more out. And
we don't know exactly where we're going to be for the thing. So if you want to go to it,
I know it'll be the park in downtown Lawrenceville. I don't know the road
But
it's off of, but
we'll update live when we get there.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So,
yeah. But now we can move on
all right,
to the trivia.
I'm ready.
The Halo trivia between Tom and Hayden.
Can you stop?
Anyways,
Why'd you break it?
I didn't break it. There it goes.
Touching stuff.
all right. Here we go. We'll start. All these are going to be from the game franchise. So we'll start with question 1. What is the name of the Halo 2 multiplayer map which reappeared in Halo 3?
Zanzibar?
Yes.
You stole that from me from the other day. Darn it.
Yeah, you gonna
Oh,
jot that down. That's
yeah,
that's
let-
Tom.
let me borrow
for
that
1
here.
point.
Let's see. Tom, minus 1 point.
Did you have to ask questions that we already asked?
I couldn't remember what y'all already asked.
Nah.
Let's be honest. All right. Number 2. Who is the only main character to appear and have a speaking role in Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, and Reach?
You mean
Hey.
Master Chief?
No.
Or okay, go ahead.
Cortana?
No.
And Reach
Yep. It's in Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, and Reach.
Johnson.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because he's well done.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3. What is the official covenant name of the Grunts?
Ungoy.
Yes.
That's the race.
Number 4. What planet did the Spartans do most of their training on?
Reach.
Yes.
Darn it.
Number 5. Who carried Cortana to the Pillar of Autumn?
Keys.
No.
Noble 6.
Yes.
Darn it.
Let's see. Number 6. How old are the Spartans when they start training?
6.
No.
8.
No.
7.
No.
5.
Yes.
Darn it.
I was like, they're young kids. I was like, it's like the Jedi kind of thing. They get abducted as like toddlers.
All right. Number 7. Let's see. What planet did the humans first encounter the Covenant on?
Harvest.
Yes.
I knew that one. This game's rigged.
Let's see. Let me put this on here real quick. So that I don't have to keep turning pages back and forth.
You didn't put my score down.
I'm working on
He
it.
had to look and see what it was.
I got 2 whole points.
All right. Number 8. What does the acronym ODST stand for?
Orbital Drop Shock Troop.
Yes.
Hers.
Number 9. On what level do you first encounter the flood?
Library.
No.
Yes.
What is the name of the level?
The library.
Silent Cartographer.
No.
It's like the only one I remember
The
from
librarian.
It's level 6 of the original Halo.
Yeah.
I thought it was library.
It's not the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
It is the location, but that's not the name of the level.
I thought the name of the level was library. I don't know.
I don't know.
343 Guilty Spark.
Yeah.
Is that the subtext? Like,
No, that's the name of the level supposedly.
all right.
All right, we'll go with it.
Well, no, nobody got it. So, number 10, Thel Vadam held what title before becoming the Arbiter?
Shipmaster.
No.
Hmm.
What was his title before he lost it and became the Arbiter?
Command captain?
No.
He commanded a
Honor guard?
No.
Chieftain?
No.
elite.
No.
Yeah, he commands the.
Ultra captain.
Isn't he called the Shipmaster?
No.
Because he
You give up?
because he commands the fleet that chases the
He does.
the Pillar of Autumn to Halo 4.
He does.
So read the question again.
Thel Vadam held what title before becoming the Arbiter?
Heretic.
No.
Damn it.
I don't know what.
The Supreme Commander.
The Supreme Commander, Tom. Come on.
That was his title over that ship. All right, number 11. Name 5 nicknames or call signs.
Demon.
Okay.
Does Master Chief count as one?
No.
5.
Yep.
Blue team leader.
Yep.
I don't know. I can't think of 3 other ones.
Can you read me the whole question?
Name 5 nicknames or call signs besides Master Chief or John 117.
The Demon.
Okay.
Sierra 117.
Yep.
Blue Team Leader.
Yeah. That's 3.
Spartan.
That's 4.
And they call him like the Green Devil at some point.
No.
Is that not all right?
Need one more.
Yeah, I know I need one more. Thank you, Mitch.
I don't know. I can't think of one more.
There's one that would be really easy if you think about it.
John.
Yes.
Oh. Come on.
Because as far as nicknames or call signs, he's been, besides Master Chief and John 117.
John 117, but it's the same.
That's what I'm saying. Between those two, there's Spartan 117, Sierra 117, Chief, Petty Officer, John, Demon, Spartan, Reclaimer, Warrior,
Reclaimer.
Warrior Servant, Blue Leader, and Blue One.
Whatever. Stupid.
Did I get a point for that?
Yes.
Fine. Give him a point for that. Is this over?
No. Number 12. What is Installation 00 better known as?
Arc. Darn it.
The Ark.
He got to the button quicker.
I quit this game. Just give me my punishment already.
There's still, what?
Enough for me to still lose.
There's still 7 and a bonus.
All right, go ahead.
Number 13. What faction was Tartarus a leader of?
Brutes.
Make sure. Before you kill all the
I hate this stupid button stuff.
These were expensive.
Oh, were they $20?
No, this was $100. This
Eh.
whole freaking set. Now stop breaking my stuff.
Break it.
Anyways,
The Brutes.
Yes.
If you want, well, I can tell you what they're really called, but I don't know if that's a question later on the road.
In number 14, in Halo 2, what is the highest killing spree?
Kilimanjaro.
No.
Kill Everest.
No.
No.
I'll give you a hint. It's a really simple thing.
Killtacular.
No. That's it.
Kill-tastic.
No. It's what you get for
Kill-pocalypse.
30 kills without dying.
30 kills without dying. Oh.
Immortal.
Oh. Unfreaking believable.
Oh.
That's one.
Kill-a-cost. I don't know.
No, hang on. Slayer. Running Riot. That's 15.
This is a very simple name compared to the rest.
Unstoppable.
Killer. I don't know.
I don't know what.
Overkill.
Oh,
That's it?
That's why I said it's a very simple name compared to the rest of
They
them.
ran out of stuff to say.
overkill. It doesn't seem right.
It's for in Halo 2, so.
For 30 kills?
Without dying?
I'm going to fact check that one there, big guy.
Okay, well, you can dispute it with the trivia that I got it from.
Hang on. Hang on. What is overkill
He has to fact check it now.
in Halo?
Yeah,
Your nasty noise. Yeah, that's 4 kills, by the way.
Well, then you can dispute it with the.
I am
trivia.
disputing it. So give me my point because I was right.
What was it?
Kilimanjaro.
That's not what this said, but okay.
I demand a point for
I'll
this.
give you a point. You have 3 points.
Thank you. I don't know what 30 kills is. But I proved that one was wrong, though.
Number 15. In which game was the weapon Spiker introduced in?
Halo 3.
Yes.
Stupid button stuff.
Number 17. Oh, wait. Number 16. In Halo 3, what was the name of the ship Chief and Arbiter used to escape?
Forward onto dawn.
Yes. Number 17. What is one of the 2 new vehicles shown in Halo 3?
Spectre.
No.
Yes.
No.
Hornet.
Yes. Number 18. What is a Covenant super tank called?
Scarab.
Yes. Number 19. In Halo 4, what game type allows you to make a map?
Forge.
Yes.
Same as in Halo 3.
Number 20. What is the name of the Didex weapon he wants to wipe out?
The Composer.
Yes.
I didn't know if you were going to get it. You did the quick button press and then like the blank stare. You're like,
All right. There's a bonus question.
All right. What's the score?
11-7. The bonus question. It's very simple.
do I have to answer this? Because I won.
Well, would y'all be willing to do like we did before?
I am.
No.
Either he gets 2 or you get 1 and he gets 1.
No. Because I've won. This is the same thing you did. You're like, no, I won.
I answered the question. Neither one of us got it right last time.
No. I will take my points in my victory.
Well, I still want another bonus question.
What weapon can only zoom to ×2 in the original Halo? Like, there's more than one.
Oh, well, the pistol.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It can only zoom to ×2.
Only zoom to ×2. The rocket launcher.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Because, sniper rifle can zoom, but these 2 can only zoom to a ×2.
All right, that was worth double or nothing, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I won.
No.
Let me get Tom's punishment.
No. You didn't win.
Even if we...
Tom, you have to watch.
No.
Hey,
nothing. You lost.
come on now.
You're blowing this non-language thing out of the water there, Tom. You get to edit this now.
What is your punishment?
Where is it?
He should be punished for his foul language.
We'll get some hot sauce.
I'd say since you're
You have to watch Killer Sofa.
oh, yay.
I've seen that.
Have you really?
Not like I haven't seen it, but it's one of my ones I saved to share with someone.
Ad. High octane.
I have a delivery for Francesca Morton.
Francesca Moulton.
Blood here. That recliner almost chopped my mate's finger off.
My mates.
Keep saying the recliners.
What's with Australia and their terrible movies?
I really don't know what's gotten into it. We need to
That's
find
a
out where that recliner
A lot of annoying sound effects.
Tomorrow morning we'll call every delivery company.
I like how the cushion's making an angry face.
Whoever has that recliner is in great danger.
All right. The screaming and stuff is terrible enough as it is. Yeah, well, you can look forward to my gripping review
Of Killer Sofa.
Sweet. All right, well, I guess that's it, right?
I think so.
I won.
Good job, Tom. Goodbye for me, Hayden. Goodbye.
Bye, Hayden. Bye, Mitch.
Bye.
Bye, Tom.
Goodbye.
he didn't even look. He just go this, and I'm
Really
looking,
told him to answer like 3 or 4 times.
and I'm looking at my butt and just going.